and sisters in Christ that worships at 4687 Rock Ridge Road in the great city of Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
And we are known as the Graceview Church of Christ.
Yes.
I'm excited about having been in your great city this weekend, sharing with the now Lane Church in their leadership seminar. And I am excited and encouraged by all of you who have come for this fellowship occasion. I am just glad to know that God's people are still getting together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am glad to be able to go back to the Atlanta area and say that people in Montgomery, they love each other enough
Yes, sir.
to tolerate each other for an hour or so every fifth Sunday.
All right.
So I am glad to be able to report the good news.
Amen.
Preaching, you're always listening for some kind of cue that tells you how long you're supposed to speak. Several years ago, I was in Little Rock, and I said to the preacher on Sunday night, how long do you preach on Sunday night? He said, 20 minutes.
All right.
And he asked me, how long do I preach? I said, I preach until I get through. He said, go ahead, preach as long as you want to, but we go home at 6. Be turning in your Bible. There's a number of wonderful things I'd like to say, but you probably are going home at 7. It's good to have all of the congregations who are represented here. I don't know you personally. I won't get in trouble by leaving someone out. But I am just glad that all of you good people have come. I want you to turn in your Bible to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3.
All right, sir.
Jeremiah, chapter 3. I will be reading from the New American Standard. If you have a different translation, the wording will slightly be different. Jeremiah chapter 3. Then the Lord said to me, in the days of Josiah the king.
Yes.
Keep in mind now, Jeremiah is the penman.
Yes, sir.
The Lord said to him, have you seen what faithless Israel did? She went up on every high hill and under every green tree, and she was a harlot there.
Mercy, Lord.
I thought after she had done all these things, she will return to me, but she did not return. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it.
Mercy, Lord.
And I saw that for all the adulteries of faithless Israel, I had sent her away and given her a writ of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah did not fear.
Mercy, Lord.
But she went and was a harlot also. Because of the likeness of her harlotry, she polluted the land and committed adultery with stones and trees.
Yes, Lord.
Yet in spite of all of this, her treacherous sister Judah did not return to me with all her heart, but rather in deception, declares the Lord. David was king over all Israel. He passed the way of all the others, and his son Solomon succeeded him as king over all Israel. And Then Solomon reached the point in life when his body temperature was reduced as well, and his son Rehoboam became the king.
All right, sir.
There was a tremendous amount of conflict between Rehoboam and his competitor, Jeroboam.
Yes, sir.
And through that exchange, the 12 tribes of Israel were divided.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The 10 northern tribes were later to be called Israel. The 2 southern tribes were called Judah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Jeremiah is writing. Jeremiah began his ministry 95 years after the Assyrians had captured the 10 northern tribes of Israel.
All right.
So his ministry started 95 years after, and then his ministry ended 6 years before the Babylonians had captured the 2 northern tribes of Judah.
Mercy, Lord.
So Jeremiah is writing. He's writing after the northern tribes have been captured.
Yes, sir.
But he's writing before the southern tribes have been captured.
Make it plain, Doc.
And listen to what he said in verse number 7. The last part, he said, her treacherous sister Judah saw it. Now he's talking about the 2 southern tribes. Then in verse number 8, he said, but her treacherous sister Judah did not fear. And then in verse number 10, her treacherous sister Judah did not return. Here is Jeremiah agonizing over what has happened to the people of God,
Yes, sir.
issuing a warning, but for some reason the people of God are not listening.
All right.
He said, look at what happened to your counterparts.
Yes, sir.
Based upon what has happened to your counterparts, it just looked like you would learn something from them and you would change. One of the things we learn from history is that we don't learn anything from history.
All right.
We are very likely to make the same mistake over and over again.
Yes, sir.
Turn quickly, if you will, to Jeremiah chapter 22 and verse number 5. Jeremiah agonizes throughout the course of the whole book. Then in Jeremiah chapter 2, Lamentations chapter 2, verses 10 through 11, Jeremiah lamentates, he agonizes some more because he was unable to get the people of God to change.
Mercy, Lord.
Listen to the Bible, Jeremiah 22 and verse number 5. But if you will not obey these words, I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that this house will become a desolation.
Yes, sir.
But the people of God refuse
Mercy, Lord.
to change.
Mercy, Lord.
Have you ever agonized with a person trying to get them to change?
Talk, sir.
Is there a drug addict in your family that you sat up late at night and gotten up early in the morning trying to get him or her to change? And as soon as they are able, they run right back to the crack supplier
Mercy, Lord.
and start the vicious cycle all over again.
Mercy.
How long has it been since someone has agonized with you trying to get you to change?
Yes, sir.
And for whatever reason, you simply refuse to change. Yes, sir. In the text, the people of God simply refuse to change.
All right.
But I am here to tell you today the good news. Some people will change.
All right.
Never give up on people because you never know
Yes, sir.
whether or not you are talking with one who will change. I know that there are some changed, and they have met their eternal destiny